I'm back. First piece of tea. I actually brought this up to Dad the other night. Her boyfriend killed her mother.
A minor detail. Her boyfriend just killed her mother.
Why was this even making news? I don't understand.
I'm surprised you really haven't seen that.
That I have not seen.
That the NFL is scripted.
Oh, maybe I know a little tea and you guys don't.
All right, 3, 2, 1, ready to go. Welcome back, everybody, to the John Joyce Podcast. I'm your co-host, Johnny, here with my father.
This is John.
Special guest.
I'm back.
It's like the 5th time she's been here, so not that special. Diana Rondi is back, and today she's bringing and spilling the tea.
The tea.
What's the tea?
Well, why don't we start with that, Diana? Explain to Dad what spilling the tea would entail.
It's all of the drama going on the internet. Things that we need to tell you to keep you up to date, keep you young.
Hip.
Hip.
Cool.
So you could bring these up to your friends and they...
Oh, my friends will have no need to go sip the tea or whatever this is.
Yeah, well, we're spilling the tea.
Yeah.
As in like we're letting it loose, you know what I mean? Diana, please inform us. Give us, in no specific order, a little bit of tea for us to sip on here.
All right. First piece of tea. I actually brought this up to Dad the other night, so he's a little bit aware.
Not really.
Yes, you are. Yeah, once I say it.
Not really.
Jason Kelce having his shirt off at the Chiefs game and jumping out of the suite.
Insane.
Chugging a beer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if that's not brother goals, watching your brother win a playoff game and then ripping your shirt off and chugging a beer with some fans, iconic.
That was a really, obviously, a moment for him, but I don't know that if anyone else did that, they would not have been escorted out of the stadium, which I didn't kind of agree with.
Oh, you thought he should have been escorted?
Yeah, absolutely. How do you get to jump in and out of if it was anyone else, they're getting escorted out. So there's a double standard. We know there's a double standard. I'm happy that he was happy for his brother. You want to take your shirt off and be one of the guys. That's not my thing, but okay, great. You're a Kelce. By the way, the last name is really Kelce, not
really?
Kelce. Yeah, isn't that something?
Who?
Oh, maybe I know a little tea and you guys don't. Maybe
That's
I'm
not
ahead of the
much.
tea.
Wait, what?
I've heard them
Maybe
say
I'm
their
ahead
own
of the
last
tea.
name.
Yeah, I thought it
I've
was
heard them say their own
Kelce.
last name to say Kelce.
It's Kelce. The father evidently had somehow not ever corrected people because people were always saying Kelce, so he just never corrected them. And this is where did I hear it? I heard it on social media somewhere. It was on a TikTok or an Instagram or something.
Wow, well, that
You
is
can
some
fact
tea.
check it.
Thank you
That's
for
a
that.
tea.
No,
A little
no.
bit of information that I knew. But anyway, that scene of him jumping out and doing that was great in one respect, but in another respect, I was kind of like, well, why? Why do you got to come out? And it's not like it was their home game. Different if it was in Kansas City. You were throwing yourself in another environment and potentially antagonizing. I don't think a lot of Buffalo Bills fans appreciated it. And I
No,
don't
they
think-
didn't.
Who's
Did
gonna
you
say
see
that?
the video?
Who's going to say something?
Well, that's the point. Now, think about it. He could have incited some sort of altercation that somebody says, I don't care who you are, and I don't care how big you are. He might have had 10 beers in him and someone else had 12, and then there you go. You have a recipe for some sort of potential disaster.
What do you show me?
Mom agreed with...
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it was just a judgment call. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would say it's fine, but...
Also, I'm just showing Kansas City Chiefs player Chris Jones realizing he's been pronouncing Kelce wrong. Y'all know it's not even Travis Kelce, the defensive tackle, can be heard telling his teammate. It's Travis Kelce. Fucking crazy, right? And that was a curse from somebody else, not me. So that's interesting. I've never heard anybody refer to them or correct them. I guess it's one of those things, like once you're known as something, it's almost like when people say, oh, it's Porsche, because it is Porsche, but people walk around saying it's a Porsche. And you're almost like...
It's Porsche?
It's Porsche, yeah. It's a Porsche. The only reason I knew that was I was 22 years old, and my teacher was an adjunct teacher. And so that meant she worked and then also was a teacher. So she was killing. She had her own business. I think she was on Wall Street at some point. So she had a lot of money. And I'm walking out with her and she clicks the key on to the Porsche. And I was like, man, that's a nice Porsche. And she's like, it's Porsche. And said something like clearly, you'll know when you can afford one type of thing. And walked by. But she was the best. And ever since then I was like, wow, I think I fell in love.
I think I want a Porsche.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't see anything wrong with Jason Kelce. I mean, that is, for me, part of the sport. Like it's part of the narrative behind what makes the sport so beautiful.
You're not a athlete at that point. You're a spectator.
Oh, come on. He's done more for that sport than a lot of people.
But you're not an athlete at that point. You're a spectator.
No, I think once an athlete,
you're a fan. You're a spectator. You're in the box because your team didn't make the playoffs. So you're a spectator. You're no different. I'm sorry. If that was anyone else, or if it was a regular person, it was you or me, we're getting kicked out of there.
Right.
And if it was a movie star, an actor, or someone else that put themselves in that's a compromised position, and they weren't 300 pounds, shirtless, and in the exuberant, aggressive state that he was in, they might have got their ass beaten.
Are people mad about this?
I'm sure there's Buffalo Bill fans.
Did you not see the video?
I saw the video.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And the security guard's literally standing there,
Yeah,
and the guy behind the camera
right.
says, "If that was anyone else, security's standing right there.
Yeah.
He's not saying anything."
Of course not.
It's not right.
Listen, people get special privilege. That's like the reality of life, and he happens to be one of them for the NFL.
Listen, you can have all the privileges that you've earned and deserve. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is now you put yourself and threw yourself into the general population of people that paid a lot of money for their seats and their tickets, that want to watch their team in Buffalo win. And you don't want it rubbed in your face. He's rubbing in. Come on. It's not right. That's not
Listen,
right.
if you're a fan and you're getting that upset about your loss, that you're missing the point of you have Jason Kelce or Kelce jumping behind you. That's an iconic moment in itself. I think you should appreciate that a little bit more than it not happening. I don't know. I think that makes it a little more exciting.
I don't agree. And I'm not a Buffalo Bill fan or a
I wonder
Kansas
how Bills
City
fans
fan.
feel. I wonder how Kuso feels about this.
Yeah.
If Kuso was sitting next to him.
I bet you ask any Buffalo Bill fan, they're probably like, that guy's a jerk.
I'm gonna have to call Kuso.
They're not.
after and see
Listen,
how he
if
feels.
you're a fan of your team, are you really going to respect that he's an all-pro and potential Hall of Fame football player that just did that to your team? No. All the more reason to kind of like hate on that.
I guess I don't have a crazy devotion or passion to a team, so I don't really know how that feels.
Right.
Like people do think they are part of the team, and so they almost take it as like disrespecting them, which is I think a little bit weird.
Let's call it what it is. It's a complete disrespect as soon as he jumped out of the box.
But he wasn't jumping malicious.
Yeah, but then there
he
was
jumped out of the box and then
Yeah.
he jumped back in the box. Number
But then
one,
he jumped back
very
out.
athletic. Very athletic. You could tell.
Yeah, you
For
saw
a
it
guy
was like
that
a
big-
jumping out of a pool.
For a guy that
Yeah,
big,
I saw that.
That wall to get up.
I noticed the same
going
thing.
out was easier. Getting up, that was impressive.
But it looked like they were welcoming him in.
Well, then there was another clip, better clip of he goes into the stands and picks up. This was like after that clip. Goes into the stands and picks up
a
like two little girls
Yeah. Well,
and brings them in to see Taylor Swift.
I mean, come on.
Okay.
This is the guy that you guys are complaining about.
that's great. That's your.
He just made a life.
That's great. That's your brother-in-law, Taylor Swift. What do you think about that?
He just made a life.
That's your brother-in-law. Potential.
You
No.
think that's a bad thing?
Like Tony Romo says, huh? Tony Romo was calling him Taylor Swift brother-in-law, which is another little interesting little poke.
dig at him. That's interesting
Yeah.
to say. I mean, I think that whole narrative is pretty ridiculous.
It is.
But again, Swifties are obsessive as if they are part of Taylor Swift's family. Like, there are women
Yeah,
out there that
that's
do
great.
believe that the Kelce weren't part of weren't on the map until this
Yeah,
ended.
until
He's
Taylor
in love.
Swift.
Obviously, he's in love. He scored a touchdown and he did this.
That was cool.
Aww,
Listen,
I didn't see that.
I don't mind the whole thing. I think it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
funny.
fun.
I think they're playing into it, which is great. I mean, those two brothers are awesome.
Yeah, they obviously they're doing what they're doing. I would tend to think part of his decision to retire is all in and around what the upside is going to be for him to do next.
he knows there's so much
and he's
more.
smart
Yeah.
for that.
100%.
He should step out.
Absolutely.
He's gotten his head beaten in for what? How many years was he in the NFL?
I want to say
Double digits.
Yeah, definitely. I
want to say 14, 15 years. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But anyway, it's time when it's time to move on, and I guarantee his brother's not too far away. They win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think he's out too.
They win the Super Bowl, or they make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. He's done.
Why would
win
he
or lose.
stay? I mean, how many more?
There's nothing else. No.
Yeah, you did it. You're
Yep.
safe. You have your brain. You
Yep.
have a podcast that's super successful. You can go announce. You can do literally whatever you want to do.
That's it. So it's a time to pivot. Perfect. Sometimes it comes to you versus you going and finding it.
I agree. But at the same time, these guys are wired different. You know, that competitive edge that they have and still burning in them as a desire, like it's hard to tell these guys to stop.
I don't think they're going to stop. I think they're going to put their energy into something else.
But look at Tom Brady. Like it literally, you had to force that man to.
Tom Brady is completely at a whole other level. He is very different. And we know that from his whole career has been special in and of itself. The amount of things he's accomplished. Those guys, I think, have found way more enjoyment in life and in family than perhaps a guy like Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady's been blessed, I think, with a lot of things, and he has a nice family, I'm sure. But he's also always been about just himself.
Yeah.
You know, he's never tiptoed and tampered with broadcasting and tiptoed and played around with doing things like they're doing.
Will.
I don't think he will either. I think he probably likes his life the way it is.
I mean, what else does he need?
I don't know. After he lost a lot of money too, he made a lot of money, lost a lot of money.
I think he's okay.
So I'm sure his net result is
Still
positive.
right.
He's perfectly fine, but he's still, you know, what's next for that guy? I don't know. He should probably just go enjoy his life.
I would say so. Again, easier for us to say.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Hope you're enjoying this episode of the Johnny Drinks podcast. Quick reminder, Johnny Drinks crew necks, still on sale, limited inventory, so if you want to grab one, hit that link in the description. But for now, keep enjoying the rest of this episode.
So what else you got, Miss Teetotaler?
Next one up, Gypsy Rose.
Who is this? Talk to. I thought this was a gypsy that then people like loved or obsessed over.
What?
I swear on anything, I had no clue who this lady was.
Well, she was just released from jail 2 weeks ago. So everyone was like anticipating this release.
Well, but back it up. Why was she in jail?
I'll get to there.
Okay.
Her boyfriend killed her mother.
A minor detail. Her boyfriend just killed her mother. That's all.
But there's a reason behind it. And I think it was self-defense, in my opinion. Because Gypsy, her entire life, was basically
abused.
Mm-hmm. She was told that she had cancer. She had a feeding tube. Her mother shaved her head every week. She was in a wheelchair. Her mom told her she couldn't walk, gave her all this medication. She went in for all these like Make-A-Wish Foundation. She was making all this money on her daughter for then Gypsy to realize that her mother was lying to her entire life and she had no medical problems at all. She was able to walk.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So this is called Munchausen, right? This is where
that's the disease that the mother has.
Munchausen is the disease that the mother had. And it's a disease that is real, where parents, it's not just the mother or father, but will enable their child to continually be sick. And so it could start with, well, mommy, I don't feel good. I don't want to go to school. Oh, okay. You know, and then it progresses to, you don't look good. Why don't you stay home so that they can nurture and take care of? That's
really?
That relationship is between a parent in this example and the daughter.
What do you call it?
Munchausen.
Yeah, that's what it's
Munchausen?
It's real. Yeah, it's a real thing. You could Google it, look it up. But so I know this story from when it was real time happening, however many years ago. How old is she now? She's probably in 20.
No, she's in her 30s, I think.
32? Around 30 years old.
Whatever,
so
she's
let's
older.
say 15, 20-something years ago when it all first started, you know, we were living it real time and we all felt like, oh my gosh, this poor kid, you know, she was being exploited. She was being thrown into the limelight, and all the major talk shows were highlighting her mom and her story and the help that they needed and the outreach that she got from the public. And like you said, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
There was no GoFundMe then, but there were organizations that sponsored and helped provide what she needed or what they thought she needed.
Wait, so hold on. Are you telling me that you think the mother believed that she actually had these diseases?
The mother curated
Yeah.
the diseases.
Oh,
Like she convinced herself that all of these were real, and then would go and like interview for all these different TV shows or whatever that with Gypsy and like drug Gypsy up so she wouldn't really say anything, and she would be talking for her, and like she would act like Gypsy was like a 6-year-old in an 18-year-old body, but she was lying about her age.
So the mom was well aware this Gypsy didn't have what she's saying. She had.
Yes, she
sure.
made them all up.
But you're saying Munchausen is when they believe it.
Well, listen, I'm not breaking down and evaluating the mom, her psychosis, her mental state. She's obviously had something wrong with herself
I would say
to
so.
believe it, to curate it, to make it.
Yeah.
So what she would also do, the mom, is, the doctors would be like, blood works fine, right? Not fine maybe, but has some indications of something. Maybe it was the drugs that she was putting into her that were coming up, but she would bounce around from doctor to doctor. She would keep moving. The mother would keep moving. I know specifically back when this first came out, there were several doctors that said, she's fine. We don't understand why she's not walking. We can't figure out what's wrong with her that's preventing her from doing these things and developing.
There was never a doctor that said, like, let me take her.
Well, that's what ended up.
So what happened then, when that happened, she would move on to find another and move physically her location and bounce around. And so you got to remember, I'm saying 30 years ago. There wasn't the internet. There wasn't social media. There wasn't the quick way to connect dots. So she just kept moving. And the doctor that once had her didn't know necessarily about the next doctor or the next circumstance. So anyway, that's part of the backdrop.
Why did you know about this? Why was this even making news? I don't understand.
Because it was newsworthy then. It was on talk shows. Because the mainstream television then was, again, different time. We sat down and we watched TV after dinner. And the shows that were promoting it, Dateline or NBC or any other shows that were popular back then. And I don't remember which ones had it on. If one had it on, they all had it on.
Right, but why are they even talking about this girl that's
she
sick?
was this happiest like little girl that was like going through all of these terrible things. So every time she was put on TV, people like felt bad for her. They would send the mother money. The mother was collecting all of this money. They built her a house, like crazy things.
Right.
All right, so now let's fast forward.
So fast forward now, she was released from jail 2 weeks ago.
Why was she in jail?
Well, what? Yeah, we get to that.
She was in jail because while she was figuring out that all of these things were kind of a lie, she started going onto Facebook and like messaging guys and forming relationships online. Met this guy online, created this whole plan to kill the mother.
Oh, jeez.
So she like went to Walmart, bought the knife. Like they found all these like records of her like buying the knife. She was in the bathroom while the boyfriend was in the room killing the mom.
Right. So
she was a part of the
right.
Oh,
co-conspirator.
Yeah.
So she went to jail because of that. She didn't put the knife in her mother.
No.
But she went to jail for that.
When was this?
7-8 years
Yeah.
ago.
She's been in jail for 7 years
Yeah.
and just got out?
Yeah.
That's why this is such a big deal.
She was in New York City the day we were
she was in Times
Rockefeller
Square.
Center waiting for you.
Yeah.
We missed her because we were waiting for you.
Yeah.
Remember? We literally
And now
missed her.
she got married in jail 2 years ago.
Really?
She says that she had like over 250 guys calling her, sending
What
her
does she look like?
letters.
She's
Brunette.
not
Joe.
very. I mean,
Not even a little? Why are these guys obsessing over her?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But now she has this guy that she's been married to for now like a year. That's her and her husband.
it's good for her.
And
Listen, the
crazy,
Greases, they look
crazy.
happy.
People are saying that
on.
That's
the husband looks like the mother.
But
There's
you
like
just-
these weird things that people are saying.
You see them side by side. It's the same person. One's just a man. One's a
No,
woman.
but I hate that.
It's
I hate
crazy.
that people are saying
all
that.
right. I
This
hope
girl-
this girl finds happiness and peace.
Yeah,
because
she seems
had
to
to
be-
endure so much, and you know
That's
what?
her and her mother, and then
Wait,
find
that's
a
the
side,
mom?
Story.
Yeah, find a side by side.
That's not the mom.
Yeah,
That was the mom. The mama. She no.
Wait, I'm sorry. On the right side?
yeah. Find the mom. Find the
What are you
side by side of the
Come on,
mom.
don't you see? That's the mother. The overweight mom.
There's a great picture somewhere that I saw. It was like
It was like them like
Identical,
leaning
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I know.
How was the mom not in jail though?
the mom's dead.
She's dead
She
I
did.
know, but how did she not go to jail?
because of the timing. She was killed. Like when everything was starting to come out.
my
they killed
Matters
her.
were taken into their own hands. The mother probably would have went to jail if she
Yeah.
handled it a different way.
This is crazy to me.
And then Gypsy, when she was coming out, she literally said that her mother should have been in jail. She shouldn't have been dead. But that's obviously 8 years later.
Listen, it's
of her.
abuse. She went through a very serious abuse, and there's traumas, and there's trauma that obviously she had to endure. There's plenty of stories similar. This is just one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Menendez brothers who killed their parents You know that story from years ago too. Same
Are
kind
you
of
looking
thing.
at the side by side?
I'm just looking at her. I mean, it is a decent glow up. You know where she came from. I wouldn't call her hot, but she's.
Oh my god.
All right, what else you got? Let's move on.
Stop.
We only got the
What do you mean
gypsy.
you
We
wouldn't
got the
call her
gypsy story
hot?
going. You got something else for us?
Well, now
Diana,
Gypsy
You're
Rose.
250
with the beat
guys,
on the
you're-
street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 250 of them.
Diana with the
You
beat
said
on the
that
street. The
Drake,
tea on the street.
Where Bobby's like, "Am I your type?" He's like, "Nah, I'd do it."
Ew.
Sorry, Dana. Go ahead.
Okay. Next one up is, I don't know if either of you would have heard of this, maybe you. Xandra, you know Xandra on TikTok?
Xandra?
Alex Earl's like ex-bestie.
No.
Her and her boyfriend just broke up. They've been together for like 6 years. She's the DJ. Oh my God.
I got no idea on this one. I was 2 for 2.
Why did they break up?
So this is terrible too. Rumor has it that
Who's he?
the boyfriend,
boyfriend.
the ex-boyfriend now, like killed a homeless guy.
What?
Like was drunk walking home from a bar and like beat him up, killed him.
Wait a minute. Xandra is the girl.
And her boyfriend is the guy that she's been dating for like 5 years. They've been on TikTok together, like whatever. But everyone says they've always had these weird conspiracies about him because he's just always give like bad
Creepy
energy.
vibes?
Yeah,
Oh.
not like creepy, just like he's just like a douche. Like he just looks like an ass.
Why did Alex and Xandra?
Why are
stop
they not
talking?
friends?
Yeah.
We're not sure. We're not really sure.
Maybe she just wants to separate from the drama a little bit.
Yeah, no, but they stopped being friends like after college.
Oh,
So Alex, like, they weren't really friends for a few months. That's why in Alex Earl's like recent podcast, she talks about like ex friendships, and she goes into the fact that like people like drift and like true colors of people come out. So everyone was creating these ideas of who Xandra was like outside of school. But then the boyfriend situation just came out like last week.
Oh, that's real confirmed.
Oh,
He
this
killed
is
somebody.
like real. No, we don't know if it's real or not. I mean, it's all over Reddit and all these things. But then other people are like, on the internet, they can make up whatever they want.
Oh yeah, so it's not confirmed. If he confirmed killed somebody, you would know about it.
No, but then they're saying his family has a lot of money and they're covering it up. It's a whole scam. It's a whole crazy thing.
Really, I haven't
Yeah.
heard a word about this.
Wow.
I don't know who she is. He is, and
Well, now you're gonna
Don't
see
really
it because it's now out there. So
okay.
Killing
Yeah.
a homeless man, that's insane.
yeah,
That's
but I'm
it.
not sure how true it is. I really hope it's not true. That's
Oh, I mean,
really
yeah.
disgusting. No, for her sake, I'm saying I hope it's not true.
Her sake?
Yes.
Why her sake? How about the guy's sake?
Because she was associated with him for so many years and now she has to deal with that. Like now people are saying, oh, well, she left him right when this came out so that she wouldn't be affiliated with it. Like, no, maybe there was other things that were going on and that's why they broke up.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
Zach, I think.
Zach.
I think.
They went to Miami.
Yeah. Both of them went to Miami. But yeah, that's another piece of drama.
Okay, what else you
I
got?
knew you guys wouldn't be up to date with that one. So I
Yeah,
just
that
had to.
one's not. That one's
All
not.
right.
as-
This one's a little more fun. How about the Chamoy Pickle Challenge? And I
The
wish I brought my
Chamoy Pickle
Chamoy.
challenge.
What?
I wish I brought.
No idea.
What?
No
What
idea.
is the challenge?
No idea.
You don't
How
know
many
what the
pickles
Chamoy
you can
Pickle
eat?
Challenge? No, I have the whole kit at home. I wish I would have brought it so you two would do it. And
is
it
it?
would have been like disgusting.
Well, we didn't know
It's
we were
basically
doing
like a ginormous infused pickle. It's red and it's like this big. It's like
You have one?
and I have it at home.
What do you do
And
with it?
Yeah,
it
where
comes
is
with
it?
a whole kit. It comes with Takis. It comes with
What are you
fruit
talking
roll up.
about?
It comes with chamoy. It comes with tahini. Like all these things. And you basically gut the inside of the pickle. You put Takis in it. You put these little like sour.
Nah, what is that?
Yeah, that's a chamoy pickle.
What the fuck is that?
And you
is
put-
that bacon wrapped around it?
No, that's a fruit roll up.
Come on. Who eats? Why are you
Everyone's
eating that?
doing it.
Why?
Yeah, why?
It's just fun.
What does it taste
Apparently,
like?
apparently all the flavors together taste really good. So I have it at home. I'm waiting to do it.
Maybe I should make a drink out of it.
No,
Why not?
actually, Gianna said the other day we should make a
wanna make a
martini.
drink out of
I
it.
mean,
A
a
chamoy
margarita
pickle
with it.
I want
I
to
was
taste
like,
it and I want
ew.
to make a drink with it.
A
Yeah.
chamoy pickle. Maybe
No,
I'll
you
take a
guys
bite
can
and be like,
taste
ooh, I can
it.
make a drink of this.
You guys should do the challenge. I have it at
Yeah,
home.
let's do it. Why don't you bring it?
I should have. I didn't
we didn't
realize.
Wait,
know what we were
what's
doing.
the challenge? You eat the pickle?
Yeah, you bite into the pickle. It's not really a challenge. I shouldn't say challenge, but it's just what everyone's doing. It's been on the internet for so long now. I'm
Really?
a little late. We're a little late to be talking about it.
All
But
right, well, let's stop.
No
God
one's,
forbid
no
we
one's,
get on any
no
sort of
one's made
drama.
a drink with it yet.
We don't
so
want to.
we'll
We don't want to be
ahead
there
yeah,
in the
that's what you
chamoy
guys
pickle
should do.
drama.
We'll be
You should
ahead
do
of it.
chamoy pickle drink
right.
cocktail.
You'll
Sounds
bite it and
good.
be like, what the let me make a drink out of this.
Yes, but it's like a huge, like you would really.
Got all that red pickle juice too. For the
Yeah, it's disgusting. That's what
have
you
you
would
had
make
it?
the drink with.
drink. No, I've seen this stuff.
Really? We'll try.
You're up
this
to
is-
date.
I think it's on. You could buy it on TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I have.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
it.
Whoever's making,
I have
whoever's
the
selling
full
these things,
kit at home.
you bought it from TikTok shop.
No, I got.
All right,
That's
I don't
it.
ever want to see this ever again. What is that?
That's it. No, I got it for Secret Santa as a gift.
All right, that's not bad.
All right.
You didn't buy it.
No, I didn't buy it for myself.
That is repulsive.
All right, what else? Anything else you got there?
This is just back to the NFL drama, but I brought it up to Dad the other day. There was this news headline that basically said that the 49ers and the Chiefs were like gonna be, they were talking about the halftime. And they were saying that like Usher's playing for the halftime of the 49ers and the Chiefs. Now everyone's saying on the internet the NFL is scripted.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That there's been headlines that have been put out on the internet saying that the 49ers and the Chiefs are that's who's making it to the Super Bowl. So now everyone is.
Well, first of all, we
That's
don't know that.
most likely what. Well,
Of course
obviously
we don't
now
know
it's-
that, but that's what people are saying,
very
that
possible.
it's scripted.
Where are these headlines?
That it's
Who's
getting
putting
leaked, that these
at?
headlines are getting leaked
Leaked?
before they're actually supposed to be put out.
Conspiracy.
Yes.
I have not heard that.
Oh my God. Where have you been?
That one I didn't hear.
I've heard that from the steamer.
All right,
The
let's go.
steamers
Let's
told
go
me
put
that.
some money on the Niners then.
Well, I don't know about that. I think you should. The best bet is to stay away from betting and just do the luck of the
Oh,
boxes.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, the boxes.
Yeah, don't. Those
It's a
games are
big
way
ga-
too
big
tight.
gambling day.
Oh, that's good for people who have big money to gamble, I guess. I personally would rather just put some money on a box and make it a little interesting, and then let luck be luck.
I mean, I don't know. If this is clearly scripted, so why would we not bet the house on the Niners?
You could. You could. Why don't you do that?
I'm surprised you really haven't seen that.
That I have
that
not
the
seen.
NFL is scripted.
I've heard like nonsense about that stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
kinda
there's literally
people
news
joke, but
headlines that have been put out
How do
early.
you, how do you script? You realize how many people are part of an NFL game that's up to chance? How do you script that? Maybe you could try to influence one over the other with calls and stuff. There's no way they're telling every starter and backup.
No.
Hey,
It
look,
has
that's not
nothing
how
to do
you
with
do
that.
it.
It's referee
All you
calls.
need
It's
is one or
things
two
that are.
all right,
people.
look, the influence of the referees, yes, they can get involved. There's no way they can call an entire. What if they get blown out and you have no chance of now getting
What
back?
is the whole
You could
documentary
do it.
about that
John,
referee?
It's been done. Unfortunately, history and sports teaches us otherwise. It's unfortunate, but there have been, from the White Sox scandal, shoeless Joe Jackson in the World Series of 1928, I think, all the way up and through the era of basketball and Michael Jordan and the things that went on, not him specifically, not to insinuate that, but that era of basketball where a official was actually on the take and in direct contact with guys that were making lines, right, on how a game was going to go one way or another, and he would make officiating calls that was going to lend itself to making sure that that game finished one way or the other.
Listen, that I believe that you can influence a game. There's no way you can picking a number and saying this is going to be the end score of the game that's crazy.
I didn't say that.
No, well, it's not the picking the score. Listen, you got to remember there's a spread. There's a spread, a money line. There's a money line, and there's the spread of points that will favor one team or the other. It's in that place that they want to live.
Right,
so as
of
long as you
course.
keep it close, well, crazy things happen. Look at this weekend with some of the back and forth and the calls that are made.
Yeah.
Right, some of the calls that are made, they are the right calls, but other times things just get completely missed. And again, it's reset and go. So
And Vegas
I
is
don't know
Vegas
enough-
is scary accurate whenever it has a
Right.
I mean, those games
They-
are like within a couple points.
I don't even know how they do it.
I don't know
but
how to do that either.
They're really good at what they do.
Statistics, I guess.
The house usually wins.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm definitely just to try it out, putting money on the Niners, and we'll come back to you and see.
No,
if,
I'm going to ask the steamer what to do. You know who the steamer is, right?
No.
You know who the steamer is?
No.
Oh, it's my Campanero.
Why do you call him that?
That's his nickname. It's Steamer.
I've never heard that.
He's good on camera.
From his days of when he was much more engaged in the gambling scene and the booking scene and doing things.
He knows his
Oh, he knows. You want to talk to a guy who knows sports, but he also has those conspiracy theories about things.
We should have him on.
He would love to it.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? Any more tea you have for us?
One last thing, just so you guys are a little bit up to date about the in the eras. The clean girl aesthetic is out. And
Explain that.
The
What
what
is that?
The what? Clean girl?
Clean girl aesthetic. So it's like the girls on TikTok that like, they have like these perfect like morning, like day in a life, like they're making their bed and they have like clean houses and they're, they dress very like
Nice.
and whatever.
They shower and smell nice,
Yeah,
too?
but they show their shower routine, they show their face care routine, all of these like
What's wrong with that?
whatever. Because it's just not realistic, but everyone's claiming to be this clean girl aesthetic on the internet and everyone was striving to be that girl.
Oh,
But
I
now
see.
the new era's in.
Is the dirty girl? What? What's the opposite? What do you just don't shower, don't shave, let
It's
your
the
armpit,
it's the
let your
mob wife
armpits
era.
grow. What is it?
The mob wife era.
Mob wife era?
So it's like the big, like fuzzy, like fur coats, the glasses, messy buns, big hoop earrings.
Oh,
It's just
that's great.
pretty much
That's
what
bringing back the
it's not
80s.
bringing back. It's what everybody does around here.
Yeah,
it's just everybody
like,
just copies what
it's
we
so
do. around
funny
here.
because now everyone, like people from New Jersey and like this part, are like, that era has never left. Like
wait,
we've
I was
always
gonna
been
say, right,
in the
wait till
mob
These girls
era.
have been looking like
Yeah.
that.
Wait till they start teasing their hair out, making it bouffant out like that. That's
what I'm
like
waiting for.
the
That's what I
Staten
need.
Island. Like
what I'm looking for.
what's her name? Oh my gosh.
Housewives?
Caputo. What's her first name? The
Teresa.
Teresa Caputo.
yeah.
Her hair, the way she still dresses, that's what's probably going to come
Yeah.
back.
But they're saying people from up here are getting like offended. They're like, no, like that era has always been in. We just never went into the clean girl. We've
Right.
always been
Yeah, North Jersey,
mob era.
East Coast.
Staten Island. Long
Yeah.
Island.
Yeah, Staten Island, all the islands, Long Beach Island. Oh, it's all the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not the same.
No,
Not
I
Long
know.
Beach Island. But yeah,
I
that's
don't mind
just-
that. I don't mind that. I don't mind that switch up. I think the clean girl era is a little bit too hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
And these women are these high expectations for these girls. Mm-hmm. It's too hard. Mob wife era in. Clean girl era out.
Yep. That's it.
I'm a fan. Is that it for today? You have nothing else? No other takes for us?
Well, I guess going off of the clean girl aesthetic and how social media has such an impact on girls.
Yeah.
Well, we can end on this, but there's these 10-year-olds that are going into Sephora and spending like hundreds of dollars,
gosh.
10-year-old girls on makeup. And the workers at Sephora and these places are like,
They're selling it to them.
why are you... No, but they're like confused as to why like their moms and parents are giving their daughters $900 to go spend in Sephora. And they have all these high-end face products, like all these things just because of social media and people like Alex Earl. And they follow everything that they see and they want everything that they see on the internet.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's why social media is not something that everyone understands and they're likewise just affected too much so, right?
Well, I think parents got to get a little more involved then. If my 10-year-old is on social media, I got to be monitoring how much is on social media. You got to be noticing these things. Like, you notice your 10-year-old is doing makeup. Why? Who did you watch do it? You don't see these things?
Here's the thing. I love when people say that, especially those who aren't married, don't have children, and don't have to worry about
I was just saying, how hard is that to
anything
see?
but themselves. So here's the reality. Let's pretend for a moment you guys are parents. You have children. I agree with you, and she has her own view on how she wants to raise her child. But our kids all hang around. If I take the phone away, you restrict the usage, and this parent, who is the friends, they're all friends, they're looking on their phone anyway. You're not going to stop and prevent the momentum of that occurring. When I was younger, we were 8, 9, 10 years old on the street, and you didn't get away with anything at my house because my grandmother it just didn't happen. No one was allowed in my house. There was no screwing around in my house, whatever. But when I went outside, I went to someone else's house, it was free reign. There was television shows, there was magazines, there were let's get some fireworks and go blow up. So my dad used to buy me models. I used to like making model planes and model boats and stuff like that. And I was, 8, 10 years old. Every Christmas, every birthday, I get the models. Okay, make the models. And I put them on my shelf. Soon, as I started to get a little older on the street, people were blowing up with M80s, their model boats and planes.
Oh shit!
But that's what we did. But so now I found myself taking my model plane and going down to the street and put it in the water, or the boat and put it in the water, and we blow it up. Now, how ridiculous that was, but that's what we did. And it didn't start in my house, right? It started down the street. And so that's a little small example, but it's the same perpetuating.
Yeah, the only
type of
difference
thing.
is your kid's not asking for $900 for fucking makeup.
900 or
This
90?
girl,
100?
no,
9
there's
to
this
100.
girl that went into
900 or 9000?
No, 90 to 100. I didn't say
900.
Did I say 900?
900.
That's like a
900.
bazillion.
Close to $900.
Close to 900.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Makeup
gotta
is
fact check
so
that.
no, you can buy 3
who's giving
pieces
their
of product
kid
for $100.
10 years old. No one's giving their child 900.
It's not handing them the money. It's okay, you can have
over
my
the
credit
course of time.
card.
Well, let me say this in defense of that parent, and I'm not saying I would not condone it, but if you said you're going to the mall, you guys are going to the mall, young kids with your friends, and you're 12 years old, and I'm going to drop you off, and I'm going to let you be young adults, I'm going to pick you up. Okay. I'd rather you come out with a bag from Sephora. Sephora? What is it called? Sephora. Chipotle.
Yeah.
I'd rather you come
with your $900.
with your $900, come back with the Sephora. Okay. I'd rather that than you go to some place dispensary and go spend the money over there.
Okay,
I
got
guess,
it. Got
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no. Well, but that's the contrasting difference, right? If you're keeping yourself, you're going to buy some lunch, you're going to kill some time, and I'm almost okay with that. Not to justify to give you all this money for that, but I guess as a parent, again, it's hard to micromanage all of it and understand. Well, what'd you get today? What'd you do? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
Got it.
It's like when Joe used to buy $100 worth of Xbox games.
yeah, and you don't know about it until I get the bill and it's $350, and I'm like, okay,
So funny.
time out.
Because at that age, you have no
God.
concept of like what money
you don't.
really
No, he
is. You
really
think it's a
didn't
coin at
know.
a game.
No, well,
He
that's
really didn't know.
you only understand money and how money works when you have to go make it yourself.
Of course, at 10 years old, you have no
Right.
clue.
So at 10 years old,
$100 on clothes, games.
But again, for the parent that says, so $100 today for a young 10, it's absurd. That's a lot of money. There's no chance I'm giving my 10-year-old, here's $100. But, to say, go to the mall with your friends, I'm dropping you off and picking you up, and here's $10, here's $20. Okay. That's
What are you getting, a gumball with $10?
no. I don't know what the right denomination is. I'm saying back
Wait,
when you were
if you
younger.
if you
when
had a
were
10-year-old
younger-
right now, what are you giving him to go to the mall with?
He used to give us $25.
Yeah, I'm going to say maybe $20. I'm not giving you. You're not getting more than that.
What do you mean?
sp-
When he
have
used to
enough
go
money-
out, he used to give you
have-
$20.
Yeah, you have enough money
I
to
know,
go
no, I'm
buy
asking
something.
now in 2024. What are you giving me?
$20.
If I'm 10 years old, I say, hey, Dad, can I get some money for the mall?
I don't think I'm giving you more than like $20 still. I don't. Because you can still buy lunch.
That'll
You're
give
good.
a Chipotle burrito.
Buy your little coffee. You want to feel like an adult walking around and cool, and go buy yourself
There's $5.
a little Chipotle.
There's
Go-
$14.
Go buy a little
That's
bowl,
it.
a little
That's
acai
done.
bowl.
The money's done.
Well, I'm
Well,
out.
We
you
spent
pick.
we spent the
Now I'm
You
$20.
You pick. And if you save the $5 and then you add it to the next time you go, and you have now 25, and you save another $5, and you have the next time you have 30, that's up to you to manage. You figure it out. But you're not getting more than probably $20.
That's fair. Money management, we call that at 10 years old. That's good.
Yeah.
And that's a good concept to understand. Like, hey, look, you need more money. You got to save it.
Save it. Well, and then at some point you're not getting anything. You're going to have to figure it out.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
anyway.
All right. Well, this was good. If you have any more tea, you let us know, guys, in the comment section. Please leave some of your freshest and hottest tea that you want us to talk about next time. But that's it for today.
Thanks,
like,
Diana.
subscribe, share.
Share.
Thank you, Diana, for coming.
Tea on the street. Tea on the
Cheers,
street
everybody.
with Lady Di.
Peace.
Yep.